Hola, clase.
Hola, señor Blumel.
Muy bien, so let's do that again. Hola, clase.
Hola, señor Blumel.
Muy bien. So, clase, let me show you a few things that I want to show you that we're going to be doing that you didn't know. But before, hola, hola.
Coca-Cola.
¿Qué pasa? Number one, this is for you guys. This is for the Spanish beat. For you guys, we're going to start with the password. So every time you come in my room, like so far I've been giving you chocala, which means what?
High
five. But starting tomorrow, this is the password, and every week you'll be different. I might keep it the whole week, or I might change it mid-week, depending on how I feel about your names. So, the password is, you have to say me llamo and tell me your name. So I'm going to ask you, ¿cómo te llamas? So I'm going to ask you, ¿cómo te llamas? Which means what?
What is your name?
So, ¿cómo te llamas? And you have to say me llamo, whatever that is. So we're going to practice that. So, ¿cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Olivia. Me llamo Savannah. Me llamo Reagan. Me llamo Sophia. Me llamo Tori. Me llamo Riley. Me llamo Rishi. Me llamo Ralph. Me llamo Baby. Me llamo John. Me llamo Noah. Me llamo Chase. Me llamo Bill. Me llamo Bella. Me llamo Allison. Me llamo Emily.
Me llamo Cole.
Me llamo Connor.
Me llamo Wyatt.
Me llamo Robert.
Me llamo Drew.
Me llamo Mason. Me llamo Olivia. Me llamo Kirsten.
What? Me llamo what?
Kirsten.
Kirsten? Is it Kirsten or okay.
Me llamo Ian. Me llamo Myra. Ira. Me llamo Melina. Me llamo Catherine. Me llamo Zenia. Me llamo Zenia.
Senia?
Zenia.
Zenia?
Yeah.
Okay. Muy bien. So that's what you would say. Me llamo and then your name. So today we're going to be doing the counting. So that's how I'm going to take attendance and you're going to practice numbers. So everyone. Uno.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
Muy bien. 30. So 30. Okay. Okay, and then, so while I'll do my, put that on Tyler, I want you to, let's see, turn and tell someone near you all the password and the little, we call those like brain breaks, like, ¿qué pasa calabaza? Hola, hola, Coca-Cola. So go.
Okay, so talking to him.
Me llamo Connor.
Me llamo Cole.
Katie.
Me llamo Cole.
Hey, me llamo.
Close your eyes and look at you like this. Does she do that? She'll be like, yeah. I like it. Wait, and then the Spanish part of it. No, I like that. I like that. I like this. I like it. I'm sorry. I like this. You're gonna fall out. It's because oh my gosh. Okay, I broke it. So if you
you are going to be doing in my class is we're gonna have an agenda, and this is for me to guide me through the lesson what I'm gonna be doing. So today we're gonna do L1, which is language one, which language one is your first language. So is English everyone's first language, like the language they speak at home?
Yes. Yes.
Yes? Okay, so put it down. So raise your hand if English is not the first language you speak at home.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, so what do you speak? Bosnian? Indian? Okay, so in my house we speak English and Spanish, so we speak both. But for most of you it's English. Now, we're gonna do a classroom library walkthrough. Now, then that's gonna be in English. Then the next one we're gonna get with the calendar, and then we're gonna have some questions, and then we're gonna write some things. And then this is the objective. This is what you're gonna be looking at, so you know what you are going to be doing every day in my class. So this will not change, this will change. This week, this will stay, because that's what we're gonna be doing this week. So, who can read the class objective? Katie, right?
Mm-hmm. Answer the questions.
No,
Spanish.
you have to, like, read the whole thing.
By the end of the class, you'll be able to answer questions in Spanish about what people in our class think about the calendar.
Okay, so that's what you are going to be learning by the end of class. Now, who can tell me that before I teach you anything? Who can answer questions about the calendar in Spanish?
Kinda.
What can you say?
I can say like the dates and the months and the year, I think. No.
Okay.
I can say like the dates, like
You know the dates
like
and
it's Septiembre 30.
Okay.
I can say the dates and stuff, and then El Calendario.
Oh, I can say that.
Okay.
Not to.
Okay, so I need to move this a little closer. Okay, so actually,
Say hi.
no, please do not. Okay, so
Oh yeah.
okay, so we're going to start with the classroom library. So as you see, we have a classroom library this year. There's two things over there, bookshelves that have lots of books. They're all in Spanish. And then I'm always gonna have this here to kind of display a sample of what I got there. So these books are over there. And I got some of them, I have like 5, 6, 7, 8 copies of the same book. So I'm just gonna talk to you about 2 books today. So I'm gonna talk to you about this book that is called Peter Va a Colombia. As you know, I'm from where? From Colombia. So it was coincidence that I found this book and that the author talks about Colombia, and I was so excited. Well, let me tell you about Peter. Peter is a 12-year-old boy who lives in Des Moines, Iowa. Who's been to Des Moines, Iowa before? Mason, what do you have there? Who do you have there?
You like corn?
No, have you been there before?
Oh yeah, I lived in Iowa.
You lived in Iowa? Yeah, there's
been to
lots of
Iowa.
corn.
There's corn and
Yeah, so Des Moines, Iowa, so he's from there.
there's like farms and stuff.
Yeah,
there.
so it's farms and things like that. So he learns about Colombia because his Spanish teacher is from Colombia and say, hey, it's a really cool country, you should check it out. So he goes to Colombia. Well, when he goes to Colombia, he finds all these surprises that he didn't know he was gonna find. One of them is the amazing birds, like all kinds of birds. He finds piranhas. You know what that is? Piranhas?
Yeah.
Piranhas? Yeah, there's
The ones
lots
that
of
like
them.
bite your hand off.
Yeah.
And
They
give
bite
you
your
a second.
finger. It's simple.
He finds, he gets a huge contrast between the big city of Bogota, which is chilly all the time, and then the coast, which is Cartagena and Barranquilla, which I'm from Barranquilla, and the temperatures are like hot all the time. Then he also finds, he learns about this guy who rides in a donkey, and he travels in a donkey with lots of books. So he has like a mobile library for kids. So he goes, it's like super cool. He goes to all these villages that the kids don't have books and stuff, and he carries them, all these books, and the kids, when they see the guy in the donkey, they go to him and they gather around and they get books and they read, and it's really cool. And then he learns about all these adventures that people do in Colombia in the places. So that's about what this book is about. So it's written in a language that you will like, and it has pictures and stuff. The next one is called Fiesta Fatal. And Fiesta Fatal is about, it says, if anyone deserves a disastrous quinceañera birthday party, it is mean-spirited Vanessa Romero. Vanessa wants to impress everyone at her party, thus restoring her image with her classmates. Do you know what quinceañera is? What is it?
It's like a birthday for like 15-year-olds, like celebrating them like becoming a woman.
Yep, it's only for girls. So in here it's called what? In the US, what do they call that? It's kind of similar.
A sweet 16.
Yeah, but it's quinceañera is like bigger than that. It's a huge deal. So it says if she only could fix her rocky relationship with her mom, things would be nearly perfect. Much to her surprise, when she puts on her extravagant dress for the party, she becomes a target rather than a princess for a day, because you're supposed to be like a princess that day. And later on, I'm gonna show you a video clip of my niece in her quinceañera in Colombia. Her dad's ill-fated undercover mission with the local drug cartel in the Mexican city of Morelia is about to make an appearance. So, fatal fiesta or fiesta fatal. And I'm gonna just leave those there, and we'll talk about the other ones later. But there's all kinds of books, and I promise you, they are really, you will fall in love with some titles and stories. They're all written for people who are learning Spanish, so it's easy vocabulary, and it's like an easy read. And you will be reading those later, but first I want to tell you what are the steps before you can start reading. So who can read the process of acquiring or learning a new language? Who can read that for me? From when? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Chase.
Chase? Okay.
When acquiring another language, first we need to learn to listen. We need to learn to read what we've heard. We learn to write. Cold sense anymore. What
You can stand up.
what we've read, heard, and finally we speak what we've heard, read, and written it.
Right. So it's a process, right? First, you learn to listen. That's why it's very important. It's in the interpersonal communication rubric that you have to sign. You have to listen with the intent to understand. You're gonna be doing that. You're gonna be doing a lot of listening in my class, because that's the first thing you need to do to learn a language. Then you are going to learn to read, because you've heard how to say the words. You heard me talk, so you're gonna learn how to read. And then you're gonna learn how to write, because now you've read and you've heard. So now you can write. And finally, you will be able to speak in Spanish, because you've heard, you've read, and you've written in it. Okay, so it's a process. So we cannot just start talking in Spanish now, because you don't know. You need to do all those steps. So we will eventually start reading when we get there. But first we gotta listen. Okay, so hoy, and hoy means today. So I need somebody that when I say hoy hoy. Every time I say the word hoy, that person is gonna say hoy hoy. Mason? So let's practice that. Clase, hoy.
Oi, oi.
No, only one person I assign, and that person is Mason. Okay? So we're gonna have different things we're gonna be doing. So that's one thing. He's the only one who's gonna be saying that. So every time you gotta pay attention. Every time you hear me say oi, you gotta say oi oi. Okay? And that means today. So clase, hoy we're going to learn about the calendar. So I need to bring this. Okay, so this is gonna be your calendar for your hour, and then we're gonna have a chart there where we are going to be writing things there, and it's only for you guys. So I'm going to switch to Spanish, and I'm gonna go really slow, so you do not need to worry, and I'm worried that you might not be able to see there. So you might want to move over here and sit down on the rug. Okay, so clase, hoy, only Mason should say that. We're going to talk about el calendario. So el calendario. El calendario means what?
The calendar.
The calendar. Muy bien. So, lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado,
Domingo. How come those
So, uno, dos, tres,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Wait, guys, we're going over.
11, 12, 13.
uno, dos. Okay.
Wait, what?
Oh, what's the
El calendario. So, lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 es la semana escolar. Clase, la semana escolar La semana escolar has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 días. Días. What's días?
Days.
La semana escolar has 5 días. Now, the next thing I'm gonna teach you some words that have gestures that go with it. So when I show you the gesture, you're gonna do the gesture, okay? So clase, ¿quién? This is the gesture for ¿quién? ¿Quién? Everybody does it. ¿Quién? Not like this, just ¿quién?
¿Quién?
So what do you think ¿quién means?
Raise your hand.
No.
Hello?
No, I'll say ¿quién? But good guess, good guess. ¿Quién means who? So if I'm saying clase, ¿quién likes Fridays? You know, then you would say, but ¿quién? So show me ¿quién? ¿Quién? ¿Quién is this is the sign for ¿quién? Okay, so ¿quién is this one? So clase, ¿quién prefiere? This is the sign for prefiere. So what's prefiere?
Prefers.
Prefers. So ¿quién prefers? Wait. ¿Quién prefiere? ¿Quién prefiere lunes? ¿Quién prefiere lunes? 1, 2, 3. ¿Prefieres lunes?
Do you like Monday?
¿Prefieres lunes?
I do.
¿Quién? What's quién? ¿Prefieres? You guys need to do this. You gotta be doing all the stuff I'm doing, the gestures. This is how you're gonna learn Spanish, believe me. So, ¿quién is who? Prefiere. Prefiere means what? Prefers. Lunes. So then you're gonna raise your hand if you prefieres lunes. So I'm gonna say clase. ¿Quién prefiere lunes? ¿Quién? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yay, 6. 6 personas. Yay.
I like Sunday. Check
6. Yay. 6 personas. People or persons. So 6 personas prefieren lunes. ¿Sí? La semana escolar. ¿Ok? Clase. ¿Quién prefiere martes? 1, 2,
I just think Wednesday.
Yay. 3 personas prefieren martes. Okay. Clase, ¿quién prefiere miércoles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Yay.
And then we go to
Yeah, I have church. 7 personas prefieren miércoles. Clase, ¿quién prefiere jueves? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. 7. 7 personas prefieren jueves. Ok. ¿Quién prefiere viernes?
Friday.
Okay.
We still have school though. Saturday is day.
3, 4, 5, 16,
You have school on Friday.
So you take Saturday when you 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
Chocolate.
He doesn't. He likes every day of the week except
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Ok, 23. Wow, clase. 23. Clase, 23 personas en la clase de español prefieren viernes. Un aplauso, clase, un aplauso. Buen trabajo. Buen trabajo. This is the gesture. Buen trabajo means good work, good job. Here we go. Buen trabajo. Buen trabajo. This is the gesture. Buen trabajo is good job or good work. So when you see me doing that, and I say buen trabajo, that's what that means. So, show me the sign for quién. Show me the sign for buen trabajo. Ok, clase. Sábado, domingo. 1, 2. El fin de semana. El fin de semana. So, el fin de semana. So, el fin de semana. So, the end of week. What do we say in English? Do we say the end of week? No, we say what? The weekend. But in Spanish, that's if you would literally translate word by word or for word, that's what it would say. The end of week. So el fin de semana is the weekend. So clase, ¿quién prefiere sábado? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Wow!
We beat Friday.
24!
It's Friday.
Why not? You like Monday, but you don't like Saturday.
Yeah.
Monday I get to go.
Yay! Yay!
I do like Friday when you can have Saturday.
Feliz. Sí, feliz. So, ¿24 personas prefieren sábado? Ok, clase, ¿quién prefiere domingo?
I like church.
1,
Yeah, my church is
2,
fun.
3,
We have a
4,
concert.
5,
And we give
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, muy bien.
He sings this song that goes, "Driving through the hood,
Okay.
Jesus is my boo."
Clase. Piensen. So this is the sign for piensen, the gesture. So show me piensen. Piensen. So clase, piensen. How many people prefieren jueves? How many people prefieren jueves?
7.
Muy bien, 7. Clase, piensen. Piensen. How many people prefieren lunes?
6. I mean, 6.
Lunes. 6 personas. Muy bien. So what you're gonna do is, okay, so you say one more and then I'll let you. So, clase, piensen. How many people prefieren martes? 3 personas. Buen trabajo, clase. Buen trabajo. Un aplauso. Turn and tell someone next to you about the gestures we've learned and the things we've learned about El Calendario. Go.
I learned.
Muy bien, clase. I'm gonna say the word and you're gonna do the gesture. Piensa. Everyone has to do the gesture. Buen trabajo. ¿Quién prefiere? So we are going to have a chart. We're going to keep a chart in our class, and this is your chart. Only you guys will share that chart, and it's the stuff we learn and create together. Because we're going to be talking about this and about the stuff you like to do. So we're going to have 2 calendarios. This is Calendario 1, and this is Calendario número 2. But today vamos a hablar de Calendario 1. So hoy. Only him. Only Mason is gonna say that, but you gotta remember. Okay? So hoy.
Mason.
You don't wanna do the job?
I want to do it. My eye just hurts.
I know, but you still have to like say it. So hoy. We're going to talk about El Calendario número 1. Okay, so over here we have a chart that we are going to keep for this class. Okay? So we need to name our chart. So we need a name for this chart. Basically, this chart is gonna be the chart where we are going to keep, I'm going to write all the words and things that we learn in our class. Okay, so all the stuff we learn while we're in class. So what should we name the chart?
Pablo.
Pablo?
Happy.
So is that something that you will, okay, so let's vote. Who wants Pablo? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13. Cool, yeah, less than half. So what other names you propose? How about happy? How about a chart like cool words, or new words, or I don't know. No? Okay, so tell me what should we name it? So which one? Okay.
Happy.
Nando Shark.
Happy Pablo?
Happy Pablos.
Happy Pablo or Happy Pablos?
Happy Pablos.
So there's more than one Pablo.
Yeah, all Pablos.
Okay.
No, you're not.
Okay. The first thing. The first words or phrases we are going to do, we learn el calendario. Which means what?
The calendar. The calendar.
Okay, so we need to draw here a little picture of el calendario so we remember when we remember. Okay, what is the another thing we learned?
Oh, then the symbols and stuff for like.
Muy bien, so which one? Tell me one. Drew? Huh? Un aplauso, okay, we can say un aplauso. So un aplauso, it's just one applause, but it's also we say un aplauso, meaning like let's applaud. So I'm just gonna put here an applause. How do you spell applause? Is it A-T?
A-P-U-S-E.
I don't spell.
A-P-L-A-U-S-E.
Yes.
No, I was. I didn't want to get it.
So the next one, I need somebody that's good at drawing. Like you don't have to be like an artist. You just have to be like kind of good at drawing sticks to draw un aplauso. So whatever that is. So I'm gonna tell you where you're gonna do it in this space. So like in this space right here, because we have to use it. So right here in this space. Somebody that is like, what would you draw to signify un aplauso?
2 hands.
Okay, then do it.
You're so bad.
Should I draw people with it?
No, whatever. Just keep it simple.
No, that doesn't look right. Hold on.
And next time you might want to do it a little bigger, but that's good.
Yeah.
Un aplauso, clase. Un aplauso. Okay. The next thing we learned was buen trabajo.
Wait, that's the thumbs up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, show me buen trabajo.
Oh, I can do this.
Thumbs up.
Which means what?
Good job. Good job. I have another little thing for us.
Okay, so I need somebody to draw this
I'll do it.
that is good at it. Okay, Drew, come on.
With my brother, who's in 6th grade. And in the lowest art class.
Okay, Drew, so do a little bigger than that, like maybe this big. Okay? So, buen trabajo, buen trabajo.
Just draw 2 sticks. I'm trying to make
So something,
That is like, what is thumb? Don't bully my thumbs. Get some medicine.
It's supposed to be bad.
I don't know how to make it.
Okay. Muy bien, gracias.
She just draws it.
So I don't know, I'm just gonna do that, okay? Muy bien. Okay, the next one was think. What is it? Think in Spanish. Piensa o piensen, piensa. So,
I draw it.
piensan. Okay, so I need somebody that knows how to draw that. Do it a little bigger, okay? Right here. So piensa, think, clase, piensa. Do it a little bigger so we can see it. There we go. Okay,
Draw a finger on his forehead.
so just so you know,
Yeah.
we're gonna have jobs in the class, and that's one of the jobs is gonna be artists. So you might wanna get like on YouTube or something and start watching like how to draw like sticks drawing to help us. Muy bien, un aplauso, un aplauso. Okay. Piensa, muy bien, piensa.
That's like 4 fingers.
Well, not today. Okay, how about ¿quién? Muy bien, ¿quién? ¿Quién means what?
Oh, who? Yeah.
Who can draw that? Do you think you can draw that too? Like this, a hand like this. This is the one. ¿Quién?
We should draw an outline. Because they can say,
Okay, won't give it a chance because she hasn't done any. And you might want to do it here.
Yeah, because everybody can wear that's a long arm.
Muy bien, bien. Un aplauso. Everyone, un aplauso, clase. Clase, un aplauso muy grande. Clase, esta clase es muy inteligente.
class is very
Esta clase es muy inteligente.
Class is more intelligent. Our class is more intelligent. Oh, I knew it was intelligent. It's very.
Okay, so ¿quién piensa? What another one? What is this?
Yeah.
Prefiere. Muy bien.
Can I draw it? No, for sure.
Who? Who wants to draw? Who wants to draw this? Prefiere. Okay, you can draw.
So I just draw this.
So this is what you are going to draw. 2 hands like this.
Okay.
Then I want you to do it right here. Okay. Okay? And do it kind of this.
It's gonna be a little hard.
But hold on.
I don't think I know how to draw an arm.
Don't go below this line. Just stay over here.
Oh, he's good. I got scratched. Miss Josie.
Oh, she's so good, Miss Blumel.
Wait, what grade is she? She's in 7th, but I'm
Oh, that's great. We did it.
Clase, un aplauso.
I cannot grow a hand.
No, clase, siéntense. Siéntense. Siéntense.